All right, hello everybody, and welcome to week 3 of our St. Mary's Integrating Technology into Your Curriculum course. Thinking this way, after this week, we will be over halfway done, which is pretty cool. And then you guys only have one more class after this, and you are done. So the end is near, so keep working as you are. I want to thank you for your work this week. I've really appreciated looking through some of your digital citizenship work and kind of how that applies to your own levels, because everybody's level is going to be very different on those, how we put that information out there. So that's important. So we have a weekly technology spotlight this week from Carly that we will place on Wednesday evening. And if we could comment on that, that'd be great. I want to just quickly comment on Jill's from last week. I shared this right away on Thursday morning with some of our elementary teachers in my district, and they actually bought it already. So great use of manipulatives in a math setting, allowing technology and hands to work together with young kids. And the videos in there were really easy to follow, and again, a great look at a great product. So it looks like something that can be very useful. This week, we'll review those digital citizenship lessons, take a peek at them, just make some comments on your classmates' work. I've got a whole bunch of iPad resources in this week's discussion. There's really not a lot of work to it, just for you to review. Take a look at your different level. I have it kind of broken down by primary, middle, and high school level, so take a look at that. We're going to keep building on our Google Sites. Realize that the Google site is actually part of one of your assessments. What you did for me this week was just to get it started. And hopefully we can just kind of keep building on that. Part of that is to actually build a blog. And so this week I have some directions for you on how to build a blog that can build right into your Google site. Now you might say, why do I need a blog? Which is a great question, and maybe when you're done with this class you will never use it again. But one of the hopes that we have, and that I hope that you have for yourself, is that as a tech leader you will continue to work at just looking things and sharing things, and you need a place to do that. And whether you use the blog that I suggest, which is called Blogger, it works very well with Google, or if you have consideration of a different type of blog, that is okay as well. I use a blog called WordPress, which I will share with you this week as well. I want you to keep thinking about your hyperdoc. The hyperdoc is something that is part of one of your assessments as well. It's a pretty intensified, kind of a big project, and that's why I've kind of placed it in front of you for a few weeks to get you to think about it. It works at every level, especially you guys that have iPads or Chromebooks. It's a perfect fit, and it also brings up parent learning into place, which is very, very important in today's educational world. So today, as far as major assignments, you're going to get assessment 3 and assessment 4. That's 2, but they're not very complicated. So that's why I like to put them together. So assessment 3 deals with finding a game or activity you use, but not only just finding it, but actually kind of giving it an analysis of the SAMR level of that game or activity. So think through that. There's a way for you to post that information in the work. You're going to actually use my blog to post your work. And then the assessment 4 deals with global connections. And global connections is how do you get your classroom out of the classroom without leaving. So we have a lot of options in this. I'm going to share something called ePals with you, along with what we know as Google Hangouts or Google Meet, which is kind of I think the new form, and I really like. And then lastly, we're going to do something called Learning Management System Review. Now, this is not an assessment, but I did put a heftier level of points on it because you're going to review some learning management systems. These are school-wide, school-based things that allow people to kind of manage the whole school system. So this is a little bit like Google or Google Classroom or some other things that you might use, like Class Dojo and some of those things, but it takes it a little bit further. This is a school-wide learning management system. And there's some out there that we've used before. You may have heard Schoology and a few other things, which are still there. But there's some new research on some really great ones that maybe, if you like them, could be used as a school-wide initiative. Obviously, all these things have a cost, and sometimes we just go with what is not going to break the bank, but it's good for you to take a look at them and again be leaders of technology within your system. So again, thank you so much for your work so far. I really appreciate reading all the stuff that you do. Like I told you on day one, I think I might learn a lot more than you do, but I'm hoping to share everything back with you, giving you an opportunity to see your classmates' work along with some other things that I can put out there too. So keep working on your Twitter account. I think Twitter is such a valuable tool. I've turned a veteran teacher here onto Twitter, and she's on it all the time now, and she just loves it. It's a great way for you to access different lessons and things like that, and it makes it very simple. And those of you that are using Seesaw like crazy, keep sawing away. Pretty fun little tool and a great way to look at assessment from one side to the other, at the primary levels especially, but even to Jay and some of you guys that do high school stuff, Seesaw has some pretty cool things in it, and I think we could use it at the middle level for sure, and maybe a small amount at the high school too. So thanks a lot again for your work. Enjoy your time. Hopefully you're not getting snowed in too much, and like we are, 2 snow days this week. So have a great week, and we'll talk to you again soon.